Hi, my name is James Holroyd from PocketSurvey Cloud Surveying Software. Welcome to this short training session. It should be under 20 minutes long. I'm going to show you how the fire door light inspection software works and how to create your inspection reports quickly and easily. The light versions of the PocketSurvey software are cheaper than the Pro versions but still have great functionality. If you're not already a PocketSurvey user, contact us to get started now, where you can get your monthly subscription at a vastly reduced price. The first thing to mention about the app is that it's designed for mobile devices, but also works great on desktop computers. There's only one interface to learn, which looks the same on all devices, so you can use it on Apple or Android, tablets and phones, as well as desktop computers, such as Windows, Mac and Chrome. With our uncluttered and easy to use interface, you can speed up your workflow tremendously and produce your surveying reports immediately after doing your site inspections. All our cloud-based apps look similar and have some common features. Before we create a complete report from scratch, I'll briefly explain the common features running across all our PocketSurvey apps. At the top left, the main menu gives you access to valuable features such as jobs progress, users, client information, app setup features, and help and support. PocketSurvey has a unique feature that allows you to customize the menus and report structure within the app setup. We'll come back to that later on. So let's look at a fire door light inspection I've already done to give you an overview of what comes out at the end. On the buildings list, I tap on a building and you'll see the front page photo and inspection status, and then below that you've got some buttons. We can add doors, create the inspection report and want to open the generated report. If we scroll down, you'll see the inspection details section, which contains the inspector, inspection date, inspection time, the type of inspection, followed by some free format descriptive notes. The building details section shows more information about the building. Of course, the most essential part of the report is the doors section. You will see all the doors inspected if you click the view button, and you can add more doors using the add button. Finally, towards the end, you've got general building images such as floor plans, certificates, and any image you want to add to your report. If you want to make changes to the inspection, select the edit button. Let's scroll back to the top of the building record. To create your PDF report, choose the Create Report button, and when the report is ready, select the Open Report button. Let's look at a typical report in more detail. The front page is branded with your logo and your address. Then you've got your front photo of the building, plus an optional trade logo. Then you get an automatic table of contents, which is all hyperlinked, so you can jump to the different sections quickly. The report contains quite a lot of detailed information, all created at a click of a button. Then you've got an introduction page. Now all these phrases can be edited in the app, but we'll come to that later in the app setup. The overview section of the report shows inspection details, client details, building details, and if you're using the Remedial Works add-on feature, you can see the total cost of the remedial work for the doors in this building, and you've got a breakdown of the status of all the doors. This provides a nice executive overview for the client of the status of the doors before reviewing the individual doors. The fire door register follows this section, detailing internal door references, the location of the door, type and a red, amber, green rating for the overall status of each door. The individual doors are shown in the following section of the report. This includes all the essential information such as construction materials, dimensions, gap size and general observations for each door. It also includes supporting photographs, up to 8 per door, with customizable captions. The core of the inspection is the streamline checklist. We've identified 11 key areas of a fire door survey and developed concise statements that address multiple compliance points within each area. This efficient approach minimizes redundancy and significantly reduces the surveyor's workload. Each checklist item includes a statement, a pass or fail indicator, and any necessary actions. Following the checklist, the surveyor can easily log any required remedial works, including quantities and cost estimates. We've included a helpful general fire safety guidelines for the clients that they should adhere to. Incidentally, sections in the report can be shown or not depending on your preferences. Then you've got your disclaimer and limitations section. Bear in mind that all these phrases in your report can be set up within the app to customize it to your needs. The quality assurance statement will show the inspector's signature, and if you've chosen to use quality checkers, then as well. At the end you have your floor plans and any additional building images you've included in your report. Let's close the PDF report and get back to the app. We can return to the buildings list by clicking the buildings icon at the bottom left. So let's start a new fire door inspection. Tap the Add button at the bottom right of the buildings list screen. You'll see a scrollable form with several fields to fill in. Most of these will be user configurable menus to speed up data entry. First, you can choose a client, or if you want to, add a new one. Let's add a new client organization. type my client, then tap use. Then you can either add a client contact name or pick an existing one. You can store other information about your client, which is helpful if you want to contact your clients on site. And so you have a little client database. Then we can choose the inspector. You can have different classes of inspectors, like more powerful administrators. You can also have a client login where a client can access their reports via a client portal. Choose an inspection date and an inspection time, the type of inspection, and then add some inspection notes if you want to. The inspection status menu helps you track the workflow of your reports. We use a color-coded pipeline approach where you go from schedule through to completed work. Remember, you can add this information on site or do it in the office if you prefer. Now let's add some building details. You have a place to add a building reference, or you can use a report reference instead. Adding addresses is easy since Google will search for the address if you start typing it in. You can import addresses in bulk using the import feature within the app. The building name is used to identify different buildings at the same address. You can add an optional short description of the building. It's a good idea to allocate the report to a town, especially if you work nationwide. Your reports will look much better with photos, and PocketSurvey makes this easy for you. So let's take a building photo. I'm going to choose one that I've already taken. Because I'm using a desktop computer, but you would snap this on site directly from your camera. That's the photo added to the front page of your report. You use a similar approach when taking door photos. Then save the building record. Now we've set up the first part of the report. We can now inspect the doors of the building. Your building records can be organised by town or area. So let's select London, then tap into the building record to view it, and you'll see the information we've entered so far. What we're going to do now is add a door. We tap the Add Door button to load the scrollable data entry form. You should establish a location first, so you should choose a particular floor. And then, optionally, you can specify a room or area. You can tailor the list of locations to suit your needs in the app setup. Then, you choose the door reference. You can set this door reference list up yourself, but we've preloaded some references to make it easy. Then you can enter a door code. This door code can be a scanned barcode or tag. Next, we add some information about the door type. We specify the door material, and then enter the door size. We've organised the door size options so you can quickly enter whether it's a single or double leaf door, the size of the door, and also the thickness. You can log the 4 main gap areas on the door using the plus and minus buttons that increment in 0.5mm for ease of entry. Finally, log the seal type present on the door. So that's the location of the door and some basic information entered. The core of the inspection is the streamline checklist. Simply select pass, fail or not applicable. Let's select that this door has failed on its closers. Tap fail and you will see a list of actions is displayed. You can look through these and tick all the relevant things relating to the door. You also can search the list to make it easier. The list is specific to the relevant compliance area. For example, type adjust and you will see the actions relating to adjustments. This is a quick way of answering many yes or no questions in one go. You can enter more detailed notes if necessary at the bottom of the form. However, the checklist menu should be sufficient for most purposes. We've implemented a method of inspecting a door that makes it really quick. Following the checklist, you have 3 choices to indicate the overall condition of a door: satisfactory, needs some attention, and complete replacement. And then take a photograph. You can take up to 8 photos per door. The app will automatically launch the camera on your mobile device. However, I'll pick one from my computer because I'm demonstrating the app on a desktop computer. You can also give it a caption from a predefined list or type in your own text. You can take more photos and even draw on them to annotate them. So that's the first door done. Let's inspect and add another door. Let's choose Add Door again. The PS Cloud software remembers some options that you entered previously to speed up your data entry. So you should change the location, the door reference, and obviously the door code and gap sizes. The door type might also be different, and the door material might be different too. So change what you need to. And now for the checklist survey. Let's select a fail in relation to the seals. For speed of entry, you can search the list. For example, if you type in replace, all items containing the word replace are filtered. You can add free format notes if you wish in these menus. This will go down well with your clients since it gives them an excellent action plan in the report. So, as before, I'll assign an overall status of the door and select a picture from my computer. Then you can add a caption if you wish. Consider taking a second or third photo that documents the door's status. So we've entered 2 doors so far. You'll see a list of all the doors you've entered so far. If this list is longer than 5 items, you'll need to click the View button to show all the doors in this building. You can keep adding other doors by choosing the little Add button. Let's go back to the buildings list. Once you've inspected all the doors in your building, you can now create your PDF reports. You tap into the building record and choose the more prominent Create Report button. You'll be prompted to confirm. It takes about 30 or 60 seconds while the software generates the report in the background. You can continue to work on other inspections while you are waiting. The Open Report button will appear when your report is ready. So far we've covered the essential aspects of creating a fire door inspection report. As you've seen, it's quick and easy to do and produces a fantastic client report. But there's lots more to the software. For example, if your client wants a costed list of remedial works, you can use our Costed Works add-on feature. So let's tap to open the building record. Then, if we scroll down to the doors we've created, we can choose the door we want to add remedial works to. A quick note here. If we tap the pencil icon, we can edit the door information in the form. However, if you tap in the middle, we can view the door record. That's what we want to do in this instance. You could scroll down to check your entered door information entered so far. To add works, select the Add Work Item button to display the work items form. This form will use a schedule of rates and costings set up in the app. We've set up some work items for you, but you can easily edit and add your own in the app setup. So let's search for closer and select an applicable work item. This list is customizable. You can easily add your own work items, but we do include a comprehensive list for you to choose from. The work type, unit of measure and cost has all been filled in intelligently. Now it's up to you to simply adjust the quantity. We're going to set it to 2. You can see that the app has calculated the total cost. Furthermore, you can change the work priority to pending, scheduled, started or work completed. The app has automatically scheduled the work for the current year, but you can change that to a future year. And, of course, you can enter a priority. If you use BMTrod or similar, you can have the item use a work code. We won't take a photo because we already took photos of the door. Finally, we choose Save. Let's add another work item. This time, we go to search for door leaf. And we go to choose Damage Beyond Repair. Notice it's a replace item at £1,500. We'll give it a priority of urgent. And then save the record. If we scroll down through this door record, you'll see all the work items assigned to this door. There are other useful lists apart from the buildings list. For example, you can look at your reports in the doors list, where you can see a summarized list of building reports. When you choose a building report, you will see all the doors in that building. Also, there's a works list. You'll get a top-level summary of the remedial works logged at that property. Tap into a building report in this list, and you'll see all the work for that building organised by doors. We're getting near the end of the demo now. Let me show you some standard features across all the list screens. These are accessed by the icons at the top right of the screen on the buildings, the doors, the works and the in progress screens. The spyglass icon lets you narrow down your list by using a filter. You've also got the tick icon, where you can tick multiple records, and then either delete or create a report for the selected records. You click the cross on the left to unselect. The curly icon at the far right is the synchronization button. You use it if you want to force synchronization from your mobile devices to your desktop and vice versa. At the beginning of this session, I briefly showed you some common features of all the PocketSurvey apps. I guess you'd like to hear more details about these features, so I'm going to show you those now. The easiest way to get to the 3-bar menu is to tap the Home Buildings button at the bottom left. You will find these features when you tap the 3-bar menu. You'll see the common features running throughout all apps. So let's go into each one and explain in more detail. The Progress feature is handy for managing your workflow. The My Status screen on the left shows you the status of all your building reports. So if you tap Pending, you'll see all the pending building reports. Tap the left arrow if you want to go back up a level. The screen to the right shows your building records in date order with the latest date at the top. You can view a record if you tap the middle of the form. If you tap the pencil icon, you can edit it. The screen to the bottom left shows everything that still needs to be completed. With all these progress screens, you can add a new building record by tapping the plus icon. So that's the Progress feature. Let's look at the Users feature. As explained previously, you can have multiple types of users, such as an inspector only, an administrator who can configure the app, If you tap into a user, you can see details such as email, phone, address, signature, and so on. If you scroll down, you will see all the buildings they've inspected or quality checked. So that's the user details. Let's back up a level. You can see all your clients in this list. If you scroll down to a particular client, such as faster surveys, you can see all your clients' details when you tap into the record. If you scroll further down, you'll see all the buildings and reports scheduled or completed for this client. So that's the clients feature. Let's go back to the menu. The most revolutionary part of all the PocketSurvey apps is the app setup feature, where you can customize menus and report sections to suit your needs. You will see several configuration areas. We're going to cover each one. A side note here, you'll see each area on your mobile device as a separate tab. The app options lets you set some general aspects of your app. Expand the app options using the expand icon at the top right. That will make it full screen. One thing you can do is turn features on or off. For example, you might want to turn off the clients feature because you don't have external clients. If we locate the show clients feature, we can set it to no. The change will be immediate. You can configure many other features, so explore these. Let's now look at the report fields like company name and address. In the report fields section, you can set the information on the report, such as company name, address, logo, and so on. Apart from changing options, you can also edit or add to menus displayed in the app. For example, the locations section shows you a list of pre-configured door references and locations. If we want to add a new location, we can tap the large plus icon. Choose location 1 from the item drop-down menu. Then tap on the description pulled down to reveal the existing locations. Now we can type in a new location to appear in the menu. Remember to tap use next to the plus symbol. Then tap save and go back a level. The inspection options has many other menus that you can edit similarly, such as inspection type, door dimensions, and so on. Just get in touch if you need further help with the app options feature. Let's go back a level. To the center of the screen, you have a place to modify the related actions during the checklist section. You can see the specified actions for the particular compliance area. You can edit existing actions by clicking into the action, then selecting the edit button to the right. Or you can add a new action by clicking the plus icon, then enter your preferred action description. You can scroll through the checklist questions and actions using the left and right arrows if you wish to make multiple amendments. Schedule of rates. When you purchase the Remedial Works add-on, you can log costed work items directly from a schedule of rates, as we demonstrated earlier. In the app setup, you can easily configure these rates and work items by accessing the works table. For example, to adjust the price for repairing glazing beads, simply select the item, click Edit, and modify the price. Adding new work items is just as straightforward. Click the plus button, then assign a work item name, a work type, a price, a unit of measure, and, if applicable, a work code. These settings are then saved in the app and immediately available for all your surveyors to use. We can also control the report designed to customize the PDF report to your needs. Let's expand the report design area first. Tap into the disclaimer section and we see the phrases that will appear in that section of the report. Tap on the edit icon to edit the phrase and make it your own. You can also hide a phrase from appearing in the report by toggling the show button. Now remember to get your monthly subscription at a vastly reduced price when you've got access to the full software, including free training and support. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about any of our PocketSurvey apps, please visit our website PocketSurvey.com, where you'll see lots of information about all our building and inspection software. So that's the PocketSurvey fire door light inspection software in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this training session. Bye for now and see you soon.